Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Before we dive into the stories, strategies, and lessons of perseverance, I want you to pause for a moment and think about life. Life is not a straight road. It is filled with twists, turns, uphill climbs, and sudden drops. Life is messy. Life is unpredictable. And life tests us in ways we often don't see coming. We all face moments when giving up seems like the easiest, most logical option. Maybe it's a dream we've been chasing for years. Maybe it's a relationship that seems impossible to fix. Maybe it's a goal that looks further away than we can imagine. In those moments, our hearts whisper, "Stop. Enough is enough. You've tried enough." But here's the truth. Those whispers are not your enemies. They are your test. They are asking a question every day. Will you quit or will you keep going? Giving up is not just stopping. It's surrendering a part of yourself, a part that could achieve greatness. It's leaving behind potential, passion, and possibilities. And the cost of giving up is heavier than most realize. When I think about perseverance, I think about stories that define America. Ordinary people who faced extraordinary challenges and refused to quit. From Abraham Lincoln losing multiple elections to Oprah Winfrey being told she would never succeed. From Harriet Tubman risking her life repeatedly to Wilma Rudolph defying polio, the lesson is always the same. Success does not belong to the strongest, the smartest, or the luckiest. It belongs to those who refuse to give up. And this is what I want to explore with you today. We will look at the cost of giving up and why it is heavier than you imagine. Stories of perseverance, both famous and unsung heroes. The power of mindset and how it determines whether we fall or rise. The ripple effect of persistence and how one person's courage inspires others. Concrete strategies to keep going, even when life seems impossible. And finally, the challenge I want to leave with each of you, a personal commitment to never give up. By the end of this speech, I hope you will see that life's obstacles are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones. That failure is not the end, it's a lesson. And that giving up is never, ever an option. So let's begin our journey together into the world of perseverance, courage, and unyielding determination. Why giving up is never an option. Speech for an American audience. Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Picture this. A young boy stands at the edge of a high diving board. His knees are shaking, his heart racing, and every part of him wants to step back. And yet, somewhere deep inside, a small voice whispers, "You can do this." That tiny voice is what keeps us alive. That voice is what separates those who give up from those who push forward. Life constantly tests us, challenges us, and asks a question every day. Will you give up or will you keep going? I'm here to tell you today, giving up is never an option. Not for your dreams, not for your potential, and certainly not for the future you are meant to build. Part 1. Understanding the cost of giving up. Giving up is easy. Anyone can do it. But the cost is far heavier than most realize. When you quit, you don't just stop moving forward. You abandon a version of yourself that could have changed the world. You abandon your dreams before they even get a chance to breathe. Take Thomas Edison. You know him as the man who invented the light bulb, but most people forget he failed over 10,000 times before he succeeded. Imagine if he had given up after the first 50, the first 100, or even the first 1,000 attempts. The world would be a much darker place, literally. Or consider Abraham Lincoln, one of the greatest leaders in American history. He lost several elections, faced multiple business failures, and suffered personal tragedy. Yet he refused to give up. When he finally became president, he led a nation through its darkest hours and abolished slavery. Giving up may feel like relief in the short term, but it brings lifelong regret. And regret is a heavy burden. It whispers to you late at night, what if you had tried one more time? What if you had held on a little longer? 2. American stories of perseverance. History is filled with Americans who refuse to give up. Some you know, some you don't, but each one proves that persistence changes lives. Famous examples. Oprah Winfrey. She faced poverty, abuse, and rejection. She was told she would never succeed in television, and yet she didn't give up. Today, she is one of the most influential people in the world. Her story teaches us that refusing to quit can transform not only your life, but the lives of millions. J.K. Rowling, Though British, influential in America, countless publishers rejected her Harry Potter manuscript. She was a single mother living on welfare, but she refused to give up on her story. Today, she's one of the most successful authors in history. Colonel Harlan Sanders, KFC. Before KFC became a global brand, he was rejected over 1,000 times when pitching his chicken recipe. Most people would have quit long before that, but not him. Less known examples. Wilma Rudolph. Born premature and diagnosed with polio, doctors told her she would never walk again without braces. But she refused to give up. She not only walked, she ran, and went on to become a 3-time Olympic gold medalist. Chris Gardner. You may know him from The Pursuit of Happiness. He was homeless, struggling to raise a son alone, and faced constant rejection in his career. But he didn't give up. Today, he is a successful entrepreneur and philanthropist. Harriet Tubman. She escaped slavery but risked her life repeatedly to lead hundreds to freedom via the Underground Railroad. Every step was dangerous, yet giving up was never an option. Not for her, not for those depending on her. Every one of these Americans faced fear, rejection, and failure. But they all refused to quit, and they all left a legacy. Part 3, The Power of Mindsets Minutes. Giving up is not just a physical act, it's a mindset. We often say, I can't do it, when really we mean, I haven't figured it out yet. That shift from I can't to I haven't yet is transformative. Fear and doubt are natural. Your brain is wired to avoid pain and risk. But courage is not the absence of fear. It's moving forward in spite of it. Consider Walt Disney, who was told he lacked imagination and was fired from a newspaper. He faced bankruptcy multiple times, and yet he refused to give up. Today, his creations inspire billions around the world. Every time you refuse to quit, you strengthen your resilience. And resilience isn't just about surviving. It's about thriving, about creating the life you were meant to live. Part 4, The Ripple Effect of Persistence. When you refuse to give up, the impact goes beyond yourself. Think about a teacher who refuses to give up on a struggling student. That student may become a scientist, an artist, a leader. Think about a parent who keeps chasing their dreams despite setbacks. Their children inherit courage, perseverance, and ambition. Even small acts of persistence inspire others. Your refusal to give up can ignite hope in people you've never met. One person standing tall against adversity can create ripples that touch generations. Part 5, Strategies to Keep Going, 6 minutes. So how do we refuse to give up when life feels impossible? 1. Focus on your why. Let your purpose be bigger than your obstacles. 2. Break it into small steps. Even mountains can be climbed one step at a time. 3. Embrace failure as feedback. Every mistake teaches a lesson. 4. Surround yourself with support. No one succeeds alone. 5. Visualize success. See it, feel it, and live it in your mind before it exists in reality. Consider Michael Jordan, cut from his high school basketball team. Did he give up? No. He trained harder than anyone else. Today, he's considered the greatest basketball player of all time. Part 6, Interactive Audience Challenge, 5 minutes. I want you to think for a moment about something in your life that feels impossible. Maybe it's a career goal, a personal dream, or a difficult relationship. Now imagine yourself giving up. How would it feel tomorrow? Next year? 10 years from now? Now imagine taking one more step, one more try, one more day. That's all it takes sometimes, one more step. I promise you, the breakthrough is often closer than you think. Part 7, Emotional Stories of Triumph. Let's honor some unsung heroes. Jessica Cox. Born without arms, she learned to fly a plane using her feet. As we come to the end of our time together, I want you to take a moment and look back at the journey we've shared today. We started by looking at the cost of giving up, how quitting doesn't just stop a goal, it stops growth, opportunity, and potential. We explored stories of Americans, both famous and unsung, who faced impossible odds and refused to quit. We saw how mindset transforms fear and doubt into courage and action. We learned how persistence creates ripples, inspiring generations beyond our own. And we examined practical strategies to keep moving forward, step by step, even when the road seems impossible. Consider the people we talked about today. Thomas Edison, failing 10,000 times before illuminating the world. Abraham Lincoln, rising after repeated defeats to lead a nation. Harriet Tubman, risking her life again and again for